Welcome to Workout with Wickham, your channel for at-home workouts and health and fitness success strategies. In this video, we're going to go over proper squat and lunge technique, as well as modifications and variations. Let's do this because we deserve it. So let's start with talking about squat form and proper technique. If you're doing a lot of squats over a lot of workouts over a lot of years, it's really important that your technique is correct or you're going to be causing injury to yourself. So the basic squat, this is why I have my chair here. Basically, when you're squatting, it's like sitting on a chair. And this is also a modification for a squat. If you are brand new, starting out with squats, this is a great way to do it. So basically, you just sit on a chair and stand back up. Okay, that is the proper form for a squat. This is a lot of work too. If you just want to do your squats like this, you can do that as well. But the point is you're sitting back. So just like you would sit back into a chair, that's your squat form right there. So you always, when you're squatting, you always want to, I can get rid of that now. Always keep your body in line. So knees over the ankles. Okay, so you're squatting back like this. You're never going forward like this. Okay? Which can seem like that's what you're supposed to do because we don't like to stick our butt out, right? But that's what you need to do. You need to have that feeling of sticking your butt out. And as much as possible, keeping your chest up towards the ceiling. If you want extra at the top, you can push your hips forward and squeeze your glutes, right? So you're getting more out of it that way. When you're squatting down, your body weight should be mostly over your heels, not on your toes. That's a whole different type of squat. But basically, most of the time, you want your body weight to be over your heels. So you could lift your toes. While you're squatting down, you could lift your toes and back up. So let's talk about variations now and modifications. So if you're just starting out, the chair one is a great option. Or again, if you're just starting out, you don't have to go all the way down. Just start with getting the form right and feeling it in your quads. One good variation is your feet together. So we just want to change things up, right? We always want, not just to avoid boredom, but to hit the muscles differently. So if your feet are together, what that means is though you really have to stick your butt out to keep that knee over ankle, right? So again, you don't want to be doing it like this. So squatting back like that. This is a great variation. The opposite of that would be a wider, or people call this a sumo squat. The thing about this one is trying to stay up as tall as you can as you go down. So a good idea, you can reach down and touch your ankles. That's pretty tricky. Or you can touch the floor. Again, wide legs, squatting way down. But again, you have to stick with that knees over the ankles. So even though your legs are wide and you're going down, you have to keep the knees over the ankles. Okay, and as much as possible, keeping that back straight. So we're not hunching over like this when we're squatting. Staying up nice and tall. Another one that I like, and I'm going to use another little prop here. This is, yeah, that's my kiddo's chair. I'll be gentle with it. So, is to put one foot up. Again, use what you can, right? So again, it's got to be proper form though. So the temptation is to lean onto this leg more, right? But same thing, your butt has to go back. You have to be knees over ankles. Okay, so again, just changing up a little bit. And then you can switch it to the other side. Obviously, balance it out. Always balance it out. If you want more intense squats, you could do a squat like these, a squat with something extra in it. So you can do a squat and a knee lift, okay, just to give a little bit more. But again, when you're doing these, slow and controlled all the time, so you're not flailing your legs around and going to cause injuries in your hip flexors and your lower back. So if you're doing something like that, ooh, slow and controlled, right? Another variation for this is you can do leg lifts. You can do it sideways to the back, squeeze back. Those are really good too. And of course, there's always the option of doing plyometrics. I don't do a ton of this stuff anymore because I'm getting old, I'm almost 50. So I like to go easy on my joints. But if you want to take it up and your knees are great and you're feeling good, you can always do different types of plyometric squats. Plyometric just means pushing up into the air. But again, slow and controlled on that squat. So you should be landing softly, slow and controlled squat, and then power it up, okay? So those are a few options for you. There are so many different ones that you can do. Just be careful when you're looking at different variations, is that someone's not trying to just trick you into something because they're trying to be like, oh, look at this cool new move that I have, you know, buy my whatever, right? Because they might not be looking out for your best interest. So always, it still should be slow and controlled, knees over the ankles. That stuff always applies. Now for lunge technique. Same idea, same principles. Knee over the ankle. So if you're in a lunge position like this, and you're dropping down, you want to have your knee over your ankle at all times. So you're dropping straight down, basically, straight down. You're not going forward. Okay, that's the temptation, is to go forward onto this leg and put the weight on this leg and lean that way, like to put the weight on your toes. That's what you don't want. Same as the squats with the weight on your heels, same for this. So you kind of want to have your weight on your heel. And most of the body weight should be on that front leg. So when you're coming down, you want your body weight to kind of fall here. Okay, that back knee basically drops straight down. Knee over ankle. Okay, and again with lunges, same as squats, so many variations that you can do. But again, always be safe. Always proper technique, slow and controlled. Really great variations, just stepping forward. Again, slow and controlled though, right? So you step forward, lunge down. The temptation is to go wah, forward, right? Even if you're stepping forward, it's forward, but then down, right? I know I sound like overprotective, but I am. Also, when you're doing walking, stepping forward ones, make sure that you're not stepping in a line. You want to be stepping on railroad tracks. So you want some distance between your feet. So try not to do that kind of thing. That's a variation. I would suggest just basic like that. So then the other thing you can do, step backwards. Again, so we're just trying to, shake it up a little. Again, drop straight down. Okay, so if you're this way, I'll show you. You're gonna step back, but you're not stepping back with the weight on this foot. You're stepping back and then going straight down, knee over ankle. And you come forward, straight back. Okay, another great one you can do, walking lunges, right? If you have the space, if you don't care what you look like in the gym, or you can do them at home. So basically, there's two variations of the walking ones, right? You can do the wedding march version, which is a lunge, straight down, and then feet together. And then you switch legs, or you can do the same leg, okay? And then feet together. So that's a good one for doing the same side, because you could do lunge, feet together, same leg lunge, feet together. I'm gonna do that again this way, so I balance myself out. Lunge, feet together, same leg, or you can alternate legs. So then the other option for that is not taking that break in between, not bringing your feet together. Slow and controlled on these, right? So you come down and then you step right into the next lunge. But again, we're not stepping forward, we're going down, straight down. So many variations with these. Again, my little prop. You can do 1 foot up. Oh, everything still applies, like the squats. Come down. Ooh, yes, right? I'm gonna switch legs, I'm gonna do the other side. So again, dropping straight down with that back knee, weight over top of this front leg. And you can switch that so that you're doing the back leg up. Although I would recommend probably hanging on to something when you do these, because again, you want to drop straight down. And you want to take the weight off that back foot. Straight down, whoa, and up. See, that's why you want something to hang on to. And again, there's plyo versions, right? So you can do plyo lunges. And again, that just means little plyo push and switch. Woo. I haven't done those for a while. Good. You can also add things into the lunges. Again, careful with your form. What I love to do from martial arts is a lunge and then a front kick, right? And then straight back into that lunge. These are great. But again, gentle on the joints, on train tracks, not too narrow, dropping down. Good. The other thing that you can do with the squats and the lunges is to use a ball behind your back. And I'm going to show you that. I'm going to cut, so you don't have to wait for me to set up, and I'll show you squats and lunges with the ball. So for ball squats and ball lunges, you need an exercise ball like this one, and then you're going to put it against the wall, between you and the wall, and put your back against the ball. These are great because they really support your upper body and they support your lower back. And you can really focus on the technique. So you have your legs out a little bit, and then when you come down, again, knees over ankles, and then push back. So I'm pushing a little bit into the ball as I go down. But then I'm kind of really sticking my butt back under the ball. And I feel really supported here. I really like doing these because you can just focus. You can hold onto weights if you want to. Same setup for the lunges. Just one leg goes back under the ball. So same setup. And then you just lunge down. And again, if that foot isn't far enough, move it forward a little bit. So again, knee over ankle. And that's it. for the squat and ball lunges. And here's your bonus, more advanced techniques. For the squat, I'm gonna show you a lower than 90 degrees squat, which again, only do these if you're flexible enough, if you're strong enough to do them, okay? So basically you're gonna start in that 90-degree position and go lower and then back to 90 degrees. You might want something to hold on to just in case. So you're gonna start in that 90-degree position and go lower and then up to 90 degrees, then back down. So the 90 degrees is actually your starting and stopping point. And again, just targeting the legs differently, targeting the glutes a little bit differently. You might want to hold on to something. And the other thing you can do is combine the different techniques and the different variations. One of the ones I love to do all the time is a narrow and a wide. So you can start narrow in the middle and then step out. But again, don't lean this way. Squat down, do a wide and then narrow and then wide. I love these. You can combine lunges and squats as well. So you could do a lunge, come center, do a squat, turn and do a lunge. Again, make sure your technique is proper the entire time. All right, you guys, I really hope that helped with the squats and the lunges. Join me for another workout soon.